Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 83. I am Anisha. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. Happy to see you here. And I would love to know who all are here. And, are you joining us for the very first time or have you been here before? So, yeah, please, drop in a hi and yeah, let me know. Hi, Lynn. Welcome. So, it is Lynn's first time here, and she is joining us from Michigan, US. Beautiful. Thank you so much for, tuning in. I really hope that, you gain something of value out of this live today. Let's see who all are here. V says hi, Anisha, and everyone. Hi, V. Welcome back. Happy to have you here. Lisa says, been here before many times. Yeah. With you, I'm very familiar, and I'm so happy, to see your face and name every time I join in. Okay, let's see. Michelle. Hi. Michelle is joining us from Texas. Beautiful. Welcome. Let's see. Cal. Good morning, Cal. Thank you for joining us. And I hope that this space, gives you whatever it is that you need in this moment in your life. So, yeah, okay. So now, since most of the people are familiar, but there are certain people who are new to this, so I'm going to share very briefly as to what we do in these sessions, and then we can continue. Okay. So, for anyone who is new to me, my name is Anisha Maheshwari, and I have been a teacher on Insight Timer for more than 2.5 years now. And what we do in this, live is that we start this live with a meditation. Today's meditation is going to be a part of the series that we had been doing about, expressing gratitude and offering healing to different parts of our body. So we are going to do one meditation from that today. And then usually we do these meditations so that we can feel more open and receptive, and so that we can, raise our vibrations in order to receive that higher wisdom. So, yeah, so once we do the meditation and we, center ourselves, ground ourselves, then we move on to the next part, which is a lot of fun and wisdom. So, just to give you a very, very brief thing, so it involves a wheel where we spin the wheel and the wheel randomly chooses a book for us, or more so like the universe, God, divine, or higher self, whatever you believe in, choose a book for us. And then I ask you to choose certain numbers. So, yeah, more fun. And based on that, based on whatever yours and my intuition chooses, we do a reading from that book. Yeah, and then things flows from there. So just a very brief overview as to what we do in these sessions. Okay, so with that said, are you guys ready to begin with the first part of this meditation, of this live, which is meditation? So let me know by typing ready in the comment, and then we can begin. Okay, Lynn is ready. Beautiful. Other people? Michelle is ready. Wonderful. Okay, Lisa is ready as well. Okay, so let's begin. Begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can either sit, stand, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. And as you settle into this posture, if you feel safe, allow your eyes to close, or alternatively, you can choose to lower your gaze, looking downward at the floor or surface beneath you. And now taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, coming fully into this moment. So now bring your attention to your head, the sacred summit of your body. Today, we will take a journey into your head where we will bring awareness to each part of your head and then offer gratitude and healing to those parts. So begin by bringing your awareness to the space above your eyes. This is your forehead. So noticing what does your forehead feels like in this moment. You might sense a subtle warmth, a slight furrow, or the calm spaciousness within your forehead. So, noticing the sensations in this part of your body. Know that there is no need to change anything about your forehead. Just be with whatever is here. And now that you feel connected with your forehead, allow some gratitude to flow in through my words. Thank you, my dear forehead. Thank you for wrinkling in thought and smoothening in peace, for helping me communicate without any words, for releasing sweat to cool me when I am hot or anxious. Thank you for protecting the brilliant mind beneath. for protecting the prefrontal cortex of my brain, the part of my brain that dreams and plans, that make choices, solve problems, and guides me towards who I want to become. And now shift your awareness to the soft space besides your eyes. Located here are your temples. So, noticing any pulsing, tension, or perhaps relaxation in the temples besides your eyes, on the both sides of your eyes. And now whisper within. Thank you, my dear temples. Thank you for moving silently with every heartbeat and reminding me that life flows through me, for tensing when I am stressed so that you can alert me or protect me. So, thank you for helping me feel both the pressure and the poetry of life. Thank you for housing the temporal lobe of my brain. Thank you because this part is the keeper of sounds, memories, and emotions, for helping me recognize voices of those I love and recall stories I have lived. And finally, thank you for moving with my jaw in speech and expression. And now bring your attention to the top of your head, the crown part of your body, and notice, do you feel a sense of openness, lightness, or tingling in this part? So, allowing whatever sensations are present in this area to be, And now expressing your gratitude for this part of your body. Thank you, my dear crown, for protecting the place where touch and sensations are felt, for helping me know where I am in space so I can move through the world with grace. Thank you for connecting the left and right sides of my brain so logic and imagination can dance. Thank you for being the open gate through which light, inspiration, and spirit may enter and communicate with me. Thank you for growing hair that softens sunlight, shields the cold, and gives comfort. Thank you for resting quietly above all thoughts, like the sky above the mountain. And now feel the back of your skull. So, bringing your awareness to the back part of your head, the part that rests on pillow, chair, or feel the space behind you. Noticing the weight or pressure in this part and let it be as it is. And now offering some gratitude to this part. Thank you, dear back of my head. Thank you for sheltering the gateway of vision. Thank you for housing the occipital lobe that lets me see color, shape, and beauty all around me. Thank you for quietly interpreting the world through my eyes, for balancing every motion, like leaning back when I rest or anchoring me when I stand, So, thank you for supporting my skull with steadiness. And finally, turn your awareness inward towards the brain within your skull, this mysterious organ full of wonder and intelligence. You may not feel it directly, but simply try to sense its presence within you. No matter what anyone says, you definitely have a brain. So, sensing and feeling this part within you and offering some gratitude. Thank you, my dear brain, for being the organ of awe and wonder, the one that has puzzled the whole mankind. So, thank you for sending signals, forming pathways, and bridging cells in a symphony of thought. Thank you for helping me think, remember, imagine, and discern. Thank you for holding the songs that I hum, the language that I speak, the dreams that I cherish, and the pain that I have carried. Thank you for protecting me in fear and expanding me in love. Thank you for moving my body and moving me towards growth. Thank you for learning and unlearning. And finally, thank you for helping me be me. And now that you feel connected with your whole head as well as your brain within it, let's offer these parts some healing. So imagine a soft, glowing light just above your head. It is golden and warm, just like the sunlight. So see this light gently pouring over your crown, over the top of your head, going down over to your forehead, reaching your temples. Feel it spread all over your scalp and finally going down to the back of your head. So, as your whole head and brain is soaking in this light, allow this light to soothe the overused part of your head and your brain, restoring every corner of this precious organ. See the tension that the muscles in your head are carrying is melting away with the touch of the light, and this light is bringing ease and relaxation to your head. So continue to breathe in this light and let it rest there. Let it settle like calm water in a still lake. And now, as we reach the end of this meditation, take a deep breath in, soaking in all the healing. And with the out breath, release what you no longer need from your head, letting it all go. And whenever you feel ready, begin to come back to your whole body, wiggling your toes and your fingers. And finally, whenever you feel ready, opening your eyes, coming back to the space around you. Welcome back. Hi, Karen. Welcome. I am glad to have you here. And Karen is joining us from Ohio. Beautiful. And I see some new people have joined us as well while, we were meditating. So I want to say welcome to all of you. And in case, you missed the meditation and you would like to go back and offer gratitude and healing to your head and maybe even the brain within your head, then you are welcome to do so by watching the replay of this live because this live is getting recorded. So, yeah, you can always tune back in. And and I want to also let you know that this is just one part of this live. We are just starting with the live, and we are soon going to move on to more fun and wisdom in just a few moments. And for the ones who did meditated with me, I would love to hear your experience of the meditation. If you feel called to share that in the comment. And if not, then that's okay. That's all right. I can already sense your love through the hearts. And I'm happy that the practice resonated. Hmm. And if you did enjoy the meditation and if you are new to me, then I want to let you know that, uh, that I already have a lot of meditations on my profile. So I have like around 44 free tracks there and 11 premium ones. So yeah, you can check these out. And what I am doing is that, in each of these lives, we do like one meditation in each live. And so far, we have recorded around 80 over 80 meditations, and I'm now publishing them one by one on Insight Timer as a free track so it is accessible to everyone. So yeah, in case you are not following me and you liked my guidance or would like to check out my content, then you can follow me to get notified when those new tracks gets released. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go through the comments and then we're going to move to the next part of this live. Okay, let's see. V says grateful for the meditation. Thank you, V. And I'm glad that the sense or a feeling of gratitude came up for you. Because, yeah, that was kind of the motive of the meditation. Okay, let's see. Michelle says refreshing. I am so happy to hear that. Yeah, I'm glad that, this new way of guiding the meditation or this theme is resonating with you. And if you like this kind of meditation, Michelle, you can check out the other tracks through the replays, or maybe you can wait for them to be published on my profile, whatever works for you. And in case anyone is planning to leave early, I am going to share with you like where you can find the replays so that you can catch on to things. So yeah. So the place where you can find the replay where this recorded live is going is you can to access that you can go to my profile, which is Anisha Maheshwari, and then you can, go to the about section of my profile on Insight Timer. And in the about section, you will see a link there, a link tree. So when you will click on that, you will see Be the Wisdom Replays written there. So yeah, if you want to check today's, then the episode number of today is 83. So yeah, you can check that out. Okay, let's see. Hi, Amelia. Welcome. Amelia says, thank you for the meditation. I don't make it a point to thank my brain. My heart is usually given focus in meditation. Yeah, because sometimes in meditation, our brain is the one that irritates us or frustrates us the most. And it is not the focus, instead, it is a distraction. So it does so much, wonderful things for us. So I'm glad that today you were able to take out the time to thank it. I hope that it really appreciates this gratitude and this acknowledgement and appreciation coming from you. Okay. Hi, Calvin. Calvin says Namaste, Anisha and friends. Namaste, Calvin. Um, okay, so people are saying hi and everything. Okay, so now, hmm, should we move on to the next part of this live, which is about spinning the wheel to get to receive some wisdom? So, are you guys ready? I'm going to take a sip and then we can move on to the next part. Okay, so let me show you guys the wheel of wisdom, which we have been talking about. So, yeah. Hmm. Okay, so this is the wheel of wisdom for anyone who is joining us for the very first time. And this wheel contains the name of 31 books right now out of the many books that I've read in the past 8 years. And um, yeah, so now that we are more open and receptive, we are going to spin this wheel so that we can receive the wisdom we can receive, or the universe, god, divine source, spirit, higher self can choose a book for us to do a reading from. So so before we spin the wheel, I invite you guys to take a moment to think about if there is anything specific going on in your life regarding which you would like some guidance. So allow it to come to the forefront of your mind. And if there is nothing, specific going on in your life about which you would like some guidance, then you can simply set an intention that may I receive some guidance for today, or like an affirmation like I am open to receive some guidance. So once you have done that, let me know by pressing the heart somewhere here or around your comment section to let me know that you have thought of something. And then we can spin the wheel. Hmm. Okay. Okay, I see that some people have thought of something. Okay, so let's go. Since we have so many hearts now. So, whatever it is, bringing that to the forefront of your mind as I spin the wheel. Okay, interesting. So this was the very book that came up in the last session out of the 31 books, and today again this book came up. So now I am interested, what this book, you know, what else wants to come out of this book. So yeah, let's see. The name of the book is Out of Your Mind. And, more interesting now that we have done a meditation to, to connect more with our head, to connect more with this area where our brain is located. And sometimes some people sense that their mind is also located here. So let's see what wants to come out of this book, which is Out of Your Mind. And the book has been written by Alan Watts. So let's see. I am going to open the book. Let's see. So usually I ask you guys to choose a number, but we are going to do that with another reading. For this one, I have like my notes from this book. So as I was reading some of these books, what I did was I highlighted, the section, the insightful paragraphs, or the transformative practices from these books. So now I have opened my notes from this book, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to tune into my own intuition and choose a book, with my eyes closed, scroll through the pages of the book until I feel like I need to stop at this section because this is something that everyone present here, everyone listening to me needs to hear. Okay. So, yeah, that's what we are going to do for this book. And for the next book, hopefully, we are going to go with, me asking you to choose some numbers. Okay. So, I'm going to begin by setting an intention first. Okay, so the vision that is coming to my mind is like an open field, and there is like a child version of, of all of us, and we are running wild in this field. The sun is shining, and we are feeling the crisp air here, air in our hair, and we are experiencing that freedom and joy. So I hope that this is what you feel like by the end of the session. Okay, so let's see what wants to come through from this book. Okay, let's see what came up. So the author says our senses are selective and we are sensitive only to a small band of sensations. So we are missing an enormous range of vibrations outside of the band, the cosmic rays, the ultraviolet rays. You are focused on certain things that constitute what you think of as everyday reality. Again, you are focused on certain things that constitutes what you think of as everyday reality. You single out certain people, certain aspects of buildings, pieces of landscape, parts of the sky, and you actually see the world as a collection of rather disjointed things and events. But you left something out. You forgot something. I am not talking about your pants or your wig or your glasses, but something absolutely essential. Everyone has forgotten it, and one way to rediscover that thing is through asking the question, who are you? Who are you? Or who am I? So, usually, after reading, I share what is coming up for me. And right now, the perfect thing that is coming up for me is I already have it out there. So, I already have it on my profile. And that is a track with the exact question saying, who am I? exploring that. Who am I? And I do not tell you the answer. I sit there as we explore together. So yeah, I am going to share that track in case anyone is interested. So yeah, you can check out this and maybe use this, track as an opportunity to sit with this question. Who am I? Like, who are you? Because that is the thing that is the inquiry that would bring back, help you see what you have forgotten. Maybe you would realize that you are not this small. You're not this small self, this separate self. Maybe you're one with everything. Maybe you're vast, you're endless. Maybe you're all that is, the good and the bad, everything, at every time, at every place ever possible. You are. So, yeah, so I'm going to let you sit with that inquiry with your own self rather than me sharing more of the concepts. Again, the thing with the mind, and we are trying to get out of the mind, as the title of this book suggests. And one another thing that came to me is that, and that I would like you to carry with you, is that the reminder, because that's what these readings are actually. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. You already know everything. You just need to remember. And these are just reminders. So, yeah, so, the aspect of this reading that I want you to carry is to remember that how limited our senses are. Like, just even the senses, if we don't even go to our ideas, which are so much more faulty than we think, we go around the world thinking like, I know the right way. I am, the best person, or like maybe not so, in that self obsessed, but yeah, like I am right. At least some of us, or, or all of us, at some times have had this tendency in terms of opinion or in terms of when we are, in conflict with someone and we are like, no, but our point of view is so right. And this paragraph reminds us in the very like evidential hard facts form that how limited our perspective is, not only in terms of our mind, but in terms of our senses, that we can only hear like in between certain hertz, in between, I think 20 to 200, or I don't remember. Sorry, but yeah, in between certain frequencies, and all the other ones we cannot hear. There are only certain colors and certain, hues and certain things that we can see. And that is a part of humanness. But even within us, like, you know, if I am and my brother is living in the same home, we notice different parts of that home regularly, even if we live here every single day, but still our perception is limited because maybe I live in this section and he lives in that section, you know. So, yeah, so it is, I think, this limitation in terms of senses can be a wonderful reminder to give ourselves that see how limited our senses are, how limited our sensations are. So imagine how limited our perception is, in terms of the thinking and opinions and beliefs and whatever it is that we form, our understanding, you know. So, yeah, that is another thing that I want to highlight. And I hope that you carry within your day, at least today, for today, you remember that. And every time you feel like I am right, you remind yourself, maybe I'm right. Or maybe I'm wrong. Who knows, right? Okay. So, sorry. Yeah. So, if you guys, would like to take this inquiry and take the suggestion of the author, you can, save this track and let me know so I can remove it from here. And then we can move on to the next reading for today. Hmm. Thank you so much for the hearts. I am glad that the reading resonated with some of you. Cal says, nicely put, and then my you. I didn't get the latter part. Oh, okay. You meant thank you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing how it was like it was for you to listen. Okay. Because yeah, any feedback is appreciated. Otherwise, I feel like I'm talking to myself, and that is pretty self-obsessed, right? Okay. Huh. Emilia says, this is wonderful. I just thanked my mind, and the next thing that comes up is get out of your mind. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so maybe, it has wonderful functions, right? It does so much for us. I am able to talk because of this mind, because of my brain. I am able to move these hands because of my brain. I am able to see these lovely hearts and these love-filled comments by you guys because of my brain, because of what it does, all of this here. So it does so much for us and it deserves to be appreciated. But we also need to remember that all our attention is not focused on here all the time. We also need to focus our attention on here because this also does a lot of work for us, and this also does a lot of work for us. So yeah, maybe just holding everything in our awareness and whenever we can offering gratitude to that part. Okay, so my beautiful people, we are going to, I hope that you have saved this track because I'm going to move to the next part. And okay, before we move on, if any one of you have difficulty letting go or to get out of your mind when it is bombarding you with negative thoughts, when you are going into overthinking and negative thinking and stuff like that, then I do have like a few courses which I'm going to mention here, and a track. So whatever works for you, given the time, so you can check these out. And I hope that they are helpful for you because the courses that I'm going to mention here are like my top courses on Insight Timer, and over like 2,000 or 3,000 students have taken it. So I hope that it helps you. Okay, so Hmm. Let's see. Cal says meditation calms my brain. So thank you for having a gratitude for the brain. I am glad that you guys resonated with that. And if you would like to offer gratitude to all the parts, again, you can check the replays. And if you want, I can even mention the number of that episode in which we touched each part. Okay. Michelle says overthinking usually early mornings. Then definitely, Michelle, this is going to benefit you. This track is going to help you with the overthinking. So you can save it. And the courses are going to specifically help you with like the negative thoughts that you have, all the different kind of negative thoughts. So I have like whole course which cover all the different kind of negative thoughts that human beings have, like a common like the common thinking errors that we make, and those are errors. And now I hope that you are able to understand what I mean by error more, because we have covered that how limited our senses, our sensations are, and our perception is. So yeah, I'm going to mention that because once we recognize what these are, then we are more likely to notice them, and we see them as kind of like a separation comes between us when we see that, okay, I am indulging in this pattern or this pattern rather than you being in that thing particularly fully. So yeah, you being hooked and everything. So in this course that I've mentioned here, which is Master Your Thoughts by Overcoming Common Thinking Errors, in this, I mentioned all the common thinking patterns that are not that are that do not serve people, as well as the strategies, the specific strategies to overcome them. So yeah, you can, save this course if that is something that you are having difficulty with. So yeah, this is my most popular course. So I'm sure that this is going to benefit you. Okay, I'm going to remove this and share the other course as well here. Yeah. And if you would like a general strategy, if you don't want to go into the depths of the thoughts, or if you want to bring everything together in one and have a step-by-step strategy to deal with your negative thoughts, then this is the course for you. So, the name of the course is Transform Your Negative Thoughts and Master Healthy Thinking using CBT. So, this course is based upon all my knowledge that I have of, cognitive behavioral therapy, because I am also like a psychologist and, life coach, apart from being a mindfulness meditation teacher. So yeah, you can check this out. So it has all the tools that that I knew of and that I could share in the easiest way possible that I could think of. Okay. So, so now we are going to move on to the next reading. Okay. So let's do another reading. Okay, so bring again anything, that you need guidance on to the forefront of your mind. And we spin. Okay, so now the book came up is How to See, and the book has been written by Thich Nhat Hanh. So now that we talked about how faulty or how limited our sensations are, like the sensation of vision. So yeah, let's learn how to really see. Interesting. A lot of like flow going on in today's session. So yeah, give me a second. Hmm. Okay, just a second. Okay, it seems like I have to. Okay, it seems like there are no, page numbers for this one also, because yeah, I don't have the book for this one, which I highlighted, but I have the notes for this one. So I would have to choose, myself, like rather than asking you to choose a number. So now I give you the choice that would you guys like me to go, continue with this particular book where I tune into my intuition and again with my eyes closed, I scroll and everything and choose a paragraph for us? Or would you guys like to spin again and choose a different book in which you guys can like choose a page number or something? So where I ask you to choose a number, you guys share your number and I pick a number like that. So which one? Same book or spin again and choose a different book? So let me know. Hmm. Okay, Lisa says continue with this book. B says you choose. Okay. Then okay. Yeah, Emilia says same book you select. We say same book. Yeah, I was going to choose the same book as well. Hmm. Because yeah, because with this book, with the last book that we just read, I was like, should we continue with the same? But I also wanted you to have fun. So now you're okay with the same book. We're going to go with the same book. Thank you guys for the vote. Also, yeah, Michelle also says this book. Wonderful. So let's go with How to See. So yeah, these are my notes from this book. Okay. Okay, so now the vision that is coming up for me is uh, like, there is like like a, how do I say it? For example, like a bucket of water, and a child is sitting, and a child is doing like this on the water. So maybe sometimes you might have experienced this. I do this sometimes, as I take the bath in winter, so if you, you know, um I have ever bathed with a bucket or stuff. So yeah, when you like, place your hand on the top of that surface, it is like a different feeling, it feels so good, and also it is a nice way to test the water before we, take a bath in the winter, especially. So yeah, that is coming up for me. Like the child is having fun, playing with the water and stuff. So that is something, that is the vision that is coming up for me. And yeah, and I'm going to use that to guide my intention, which is that may you find moments of joy, and may you create moments to have fun and do things that light up your heart as you go about your day to day. Okay, so let's see what wants to come through from this book. Hmm. Okay, let's see. So the author says, your body can tell you everything there is to know about the cosmos, about the boundless space and time without end. You will see that the here is also the there, and the now carries within itself. Okay, again, you will see that the here is also the there, and that the now carries within itself the span of eternity, including the past and the future. Both sun and moon, all the stars, and all the black holes can nestle comfortably inside a tiny grain of sand. And kind of science has proven that, that since most of the matter that we know, so the majority of the space of that is simply space. There is no matter. There is like space and space, no matter how much we divide a particular thing, no matter how much we divide that object to molecules, to atoms, to, electrons, to beneath that. So whenever we divide, we find there is more space and less matter. And that's what, the author says, that if we were to, we could just combine all of this, everything that we call it as universe, into a tiny grain of a sand, or maybe even smaller. Firefly says, can you read again? Yeah, sure, Firefly. Okay. Your body can tell you everything there is to know about the cosmos, boundless space, and time without end. You will see that the here is also the there, and that the now carries within itself the span of eternity, including the past and the future. Both sun and moon, all the stars, and all the black holes can nestle comfortably inside a tiny grain of sand. I feel so expansive after reading this. And I love how the author put it, like there are every line is so full of wisdom and truth. The truth that has been said in many different forms. You might have heard of, people or the monk or, those people saying that there is nothing beyond the here and now. So there is no the space is just a concept, you know, like the here is the there is the here. And there is nothing known as time. There is nothing beyond here and now. The past and the future, everything is happening right now. So yeah, Firefly says, love it. Perfect for me today. Yeah, and I guess for me too. So uh this is a perfect way to end this live. But I do want to make some announcements, especially for anyone who is joining for the very first time. And I also want to let you know that I also offer a gift to all the women who attend my live until the end. So, yeah, if you are a woman who would be interested in knowing about the gift, then stay tuned because I'm going to share that after, the announcements. Okay, let's see. Blue says, hi there, just joined. What's the name of the book? Hi, Blue. Oh, I love your name. Yeah, so welcome. And the name of the book that from which we read is How to See. And the book has been written by Thich Nhat Hanh. So, so even though like you're joining towards the end, I want to let you know that this whole live is getting recorded. So you can access the replays and re-listen to the reading, this reading as well as the previous reading, because everything was woven in a flow in this live. So yeah, you can check out the replays and I'm going to share where you can find it. So, it is easy for you all. Give me a second to open my profile. And in the meantime, oh, thank you so much, Firefly, for this kind gift. I so appreciate it, really. Thank you so much for sharing this love and abundance with me. As it really allows me to continue the space, to continue showing up and do the thing that I most love, which is to spend the time with you guys. Yeah, it really supports me. Okay. Yeah, I was telling you guys about the replay. So, where you can find the replay is you can go to my profile, which is Anisha Maheshwari. Let me put it up here. So, you can go to my profile and you can go to the About section from there. When you will scroll down, you will see a link tree here. So, when you will click on this link tree, you will see something like Wheel of Wisdom replay written there. And from there, you can check out the episode 83 because this is episode number 83. And yeah, although it does take like 1 hour for this recording to be uploaded on my channel. So if you would like immediate access and if you are more of like a visual person rather than just hearing, so if you would like to see the readings and everything, then what I do is that after each live, I upload like a summary of the live, including the type of meditation that we did, the books, the name of the books that we read from, as well as the readings, the exact readings from those books. So I mentioned that in my group, which is Wonderful Beings. Let me type it here for you guys. So it is a group on Insight Timer. So you can like either search it in the search box on Insight Timer, or what you can do is that you can find the group by going to my profile again on the home page only, scrolling down. And by the way, these are the latest tracks that got released, in this week. Because as I mentioned, we do one meditation in each live, and these tracks, so I've recorded like 80 plus tracks, and I'm releasing them one by one on Inside Timer. Once, like one track per week, but this week I released one track every day. So yeah, these are the tracks if you would like to check them out. Like this one is When It's Hard for You to Be Kind to Others. So start here if you are finding hard time to show others compassion and kindness. So yeah, you can check these track out. Yeah, so when you scroll all the way down at the bottom, you will see my group here, Wonderful Beings. So it is my little community on Inside Timeware, and I would love to have you there because so apart from the summary, I also update there if a new track is getting released, or if for certain reason live is getting cancelled. It rarely do, but it sometimes does. So yeah, I mentioned that in the group. I update every time a new track is released. So if you want to stay updated and not miss out on anything, you can join the group. And if you don't want to join the group, you can simply follow me, if you're new to me, to get notified about the next meditation or the next live event. Okay. And hmm, yeah, okay. Now let me announce the gift that I offer to all the women who attend my live and stay till the end. So, yeah, that is my way of saying thank you to you. And the gift is the gift is a complimentary session with me. So, as I mentioned, apart from being a mindfulness meditation teacher, I am also a psychologist and a life coach. So, if you would like to, if you would like to say yes to the offer of free 1 hour coaching session with me, then you're welcome to message me on Insight Timer. The way to message me is, give me a second. Yeah, you can go to my profile again. And from here, if you're already following me, you would see the follow button becomes a donate button. And above it, three dots appear. So click on three dots, and then a message teacher option would appear. So you can message, click on that and message me that Anisha, I'm interested in that, gift for women. So yeah, I would be honored to walk alongside you in your journey. And yeah, and if you're considering should I invest, my time and energy in this, because that's all I want. So yeah, so in that case, I can promise you one thing, that you're going to leave with at least one powerful insight from that session with me, because that has happened with every single woman that I've worked with. So yeah, feel free to message me if you are interested. And yeah, and although like I do not offer like to work one on one to anyone other than women. So if you are not a woman, like if you're a man or if you belong to LGBTQIA plus community, then what you can do is that you can check out my other content on Insight Timer. So I have already published a lot of things. So I have around like 7 courses here on Insight Timer related to dealing with negative thoughts. So I mentioned them, and dealing with the roots of those thoughts, like the limiting beliefs. So trying to overcome, or first of all, identify the limiting beliefs. And yeah, and I have few courses related to mindfulness. So like a beginner course where which you can do is if you have been practicing for a while as well, because it involves how to include mindfulness or cultivate mindfulness in your formal practice, like with your eyes closed in meditation, and as well as you go about your life. So yeah, I have that course and few like sister courses to that related to cultivating different attitudes of mindfulness, like cultivating acceptance when you're going through a different difficult situation, cultivating beginner's mind or curiosity to see the beauty within your everyday life without changing anything at all, or to see beyond the deception of I will be happy when I get there. So yeah, cultivating non-striving attitude. Yeah, I think yeah. So I have like these different courses. You feel free to check them out. Um and if you are not like a premium member, I do also have like playlist for you guys. So I try to organize all my content in form of playlists so it is easier for you guys to navigate. So have currently I have these four playlists. I am going to like, expand onto them. Yeah, so the meditations from this live, all of those get into this particular playlist, which is Wheel of Wisdom meditation, and every meditation in this is absolutely free, so that it is accessible for everyone. And yeah, and those that do not get into here. So if I'm doing a series, like I did these two series, one is this chakra series, balance and heal all your seven chakras, and all the tracks in the series have been rated like 5 stars from everyone who listened. So yeah, I am hoping that you will like it. And then there is mindfulness meditation challenge. So I am currently adding more tracks to this one, but it already have a lot of like tracks. So you can check this out. And there is this self-soothing techniques. So these are like the techniques, that therapists recommend their clients or coaches recommend their clients to feel more regulated when you are in that fight, flight, freeze mode or dysregulated and everything. So yeah, you can check these out as well. Um, so yeah, feel free to go through the content, and I hope that you find something that resonates with you. Okay, so we have a lot of hearts by Firefly. Corinne Blue says thank you. I am glad that you like something from this live. Okay, so I guess yeah, that's the end of this live. So if you find anything of value from this live, if you had a good time here, uh, and if you would like me to continue doing these lives, then you can support me by making a donation of whatever amount that you feel called to, because there is always no pressure. Every single amount is so much appreciated by me because it allows me to continue holding the space, continue offering the space, and to continue all of all of the resources like the complimentary session or the free tracks that I offer, so it remains accessible to to those who need it. So yeah, so if you would like to support me, you can do so, and if not, if you're not able to, that's fine as well. Let's see. Corinne says, "Thank you, Anisha. Glad your connection is doing better today." Yeah, yeah, I am so happy to, you know, I'm so grateful for that as well, because in the last session it was a chaos. But thank you for staying, for staying first of all in that session, and yeah, for bringing in more fun and lightness to that session, Corinne. I so appreciate it, and it was so nice to have you back today. Michelle says, "Thank you, Anisha. Thank you, Michelle, for tuning in, and I hope that you found something, you know, something useful from this live." Okay, guys. So, I think that's the end of the live. I'm going to share with you the next live that I have planned, which is day after tomorrow at the same time. And I would love to have each and every one of you in that live. So, because yeah, it was a pleasure to be here and share the space with all of you from all around the world. It is just such a wonderful feeling. Okay, so thank you so much for your presence, for all the lovely hearts that, that reminded me that you want to listen to me, and for all the beautiful comments. Thank you. And especially thank you, Firefly, for the support. I so appreciate it. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. Lisa is always grateful for you and your teachings, Anisha. And I'm grateful for your presence, Bee. Thank you for sharing that. Lisa says, thank you, dear Anisha. Thank you for being here, Lisa. Okay, bye bye, guys. See you day after tomorrow. Take care. Have a beautiful, wonderful day. And remember all the reminders from this live as you go about your day. Bye. Bye for now.